Welcome, everyone. Today we're doing something a bit different, an album quest inspired by Greenstrock's huge project to find the best album ever. It's tailored for you, the listener. So let's quickly break down this method. It's basically a tournament, right? Albums get thrown into random groups of four, then they battle it out based on taste, nostalgia, discovery, you name it.
Exactly. And it forces these really diverse albums together. Like, think 70s rock versus a brand new debut.
Which brings us to Group 174. Pretty eclectic mix.
Oh, definitely. We had Adele's 19, Kate Bush's 50 Words for Snow, Nik Kershaw's 8, and MSG's The Michael Schenker Story Live.
Right. So our mission here is to unpack the sources, figure out why one album pretty clearly won this group.
And maybe why a couple of established names didn't fare so well.
Let's actually start there, with the ones that maybe didn't meet expectations. MSG and Nik Kershaw finishing third and fourth.
Yeah, and it's interesting because the source material gives credit where it's due. Michael Schenker, unarguably one of the guitar greats.
Absolutely. The source even praised Lights Out, called The Playing. What was it? Fucking tasty?
Ah, yeah, it did. Strong words for the guitar work itself.
But, and this is key, right? Technical skill doesn't always save the day if the package isn't right. The big knock on the MSG album was the production.
Cheap sounding. It lacked that meaty quality the source mentioned.
Which for rock music is pretty crucial, you know?
Totally. Means the bass, the drums, they felt thin. It just robbed those classic UFO tracks of their punch. The source wasn't sure if it was the band, the production itself, or maybe both.
Either way, that technical flaw kind of overshadowed the brilliance of the playing, cost it points.
And that leads nicely into Nik Kershaw in last place. Different problem, more stylistic, maybe.
Seems like it. Compared to his, complex 80s stuff like Radio Musicola, 8 was described as slower, more stripped down.
But maybe not in a good way. Lacking sharpness, lacking depth was the verdict.
And the specifics. The percussion got called out.
Yeah, apparently much simpler than his older work, which used to be a real standout feature for him. Oh. And lyrically, a bit mellower. He went from kind of putting down a dreamer to encouraging one.
So a change in style, maybe a bit of blandness creeping in, especially in the middle section, according to the source.
Right, which let the album down overall in this particular ranking.
Okay, so if technical issues and maybe some blandness hurt the rock guys, how did Kate Bush land in second with 50 Words for Snow? That's not exactly an easy listening album.
No, it's definitely not. It's very stripped down, mostly just her and the piano. Feels very intimate, almost like a private performance. Hard to get into, the source admitted.
But the quality must have shown through.
I think so. It comes back to that pure quality idea in the quest. And that duet with Elton John, snowed in at Wheeler Street, described as wonderfully ethereal and mysterious. That track clearly made a big impression.
So ambitious and high quality, even if maybe not instantly accessible. Enough for second place.
Exactly. Which leaves us with the winner, Adele's 19.
Yeah, and it seems like she succeeded precisely where the others faltered. Great voice, obviously, but also solid production.
That's the takeaway. The source called her voice a pure instrument of power, tone, and harmony. A mix of R&B, jazz, soul, Motown.
And specific tracks got praise.
Oh, yeah. Chasing Pavement's Melt My Heart to Stone just called wonderful. And Hometown Glory hinted at the big ballads coming on 21.
So it seems like 19 just hit that sweet spot. Undeniable talent, accessible style, and importantly, clean, effective production.
Pretty much. In this head-to-head, that combination beat out legacy acts who maybe stumbled on the execution this time around.
So the final ranking for Group 174, Adele first, Kate Bush second, MSG third, Nik Kershaw fourth.
What's really fascinating for you, the listener, is seeing how this album quest thing plays out.
Yeah.
It's kind of brutal, isn't it? Technical details like percussion that's too simple or production that sounds cheap can actually tank an album by a legend when put up against something else.
It really highlights how subjective taste gets filtered through objective qualities sometimes.
Definitely. It makes you think about how we judge music.
And here's a final thought to chew on. The source blogger mentioned that 19 wasn't nearly as huge commercially as 21 became later, so... In a pure album quest focused on quality, how much should fame or sales figures matter? Or should they matter at all?
Does massive success somehow taint the initial work when we look back? Or is it irrelevant?
Something for you to consider next time you're comparing albums.